this video, I'll be discussing first the prelim laboratory activity, which is lab 1 to 3. So, start na tayo sa student information first. So, okay. So, naka-indicate dito is ask the user for their student ID. And yung input dapat niya is naka-string. So, naka-indicate na rin dito is naka-string na rin siya. Next is yung full name. String na rin yan. And tatlong grades. So, dapat naka-float. I also declared a float here as well. And section naman is should be string as well. Okay. So, after that, kukunin natin is compute the average and display everything in formatted report. So, para makuha yung average, pinag-add ko muna yung grade 1, 2, and 3 here. And pinag-add ko muna yan. And after that, di-divide natin siya sa 3 para makuha yung mismong average niya, which is yan. After that, para ma-display ko na yung output niya ng eksakto kagaya dito, gumawa na lang ako ng formatted string imbes na mag-print ako na ilang beses. So, naka-formatted string siya in a multi-line double quote para mag-exact yung output niya. And pag nirun natin siya, and after pala nyan, tinawag ko yung mismong variable para i-display yung output. And pag nirun natin siya, try natin display yung mga naka-indicate dito. So, student ID. So, sa mga 2025. 01. Full name. Grade. So, natin 80.5. That's 88.5. The section is waiting. And so gumana siya, ganito yung magiging output nito. And next naman salary calculator. So yung user is mag-input na employee name here, which is naka-string naman. Basic salary, input niya dapat dito is either naka-int or float. And number of overtime hours is naka-int. And to get the gross salary, ang ginawa ko muna is pag multiply ko muna yung overtime hours niya to 150. So every hour magkakaroon siya ng 150 per hour. So yun. And after nyan, makuha natin yung sagot dito, ipapag-add naman natin siya sa basic salary. And after that, makuha na natin mismong gross salary niya. Next is yun sa tax naman, pinag-multiply ko lang dito yung 0.12. Itong 0.12 na galing to sa mismong tax. And ito namang gross salary, ayun, galing siya dito kanina. And next naman sa net salary naman, pinag-minus natin yung gross salary sa tax. Ayan. And also, naka-indicate rin dito, naka-float na rin to para yung mismo output niya lahat is naka-float, hindi naka-int. And para gumamit ulit ako ng formatted string dito para display yung output. Ayan. And using print, I call the variable result to display the output. Next is online shopping. And so part 1 pa rin naman, to ng laboratory activity from 1 to 3. And sa online shopping naman, nag-input tayo ng tatlong product name here. And naka-indicate din dito yung quantity and unit price. So, ang ginawa ko dito is nag-declare muna ako ng tatlong product, which is product 1, product 2, product 3. And para sa quantity naman nila, kung ilan yung mismong stocks sa mismong product or ilan yung available product sa mismo yun, naka-int siya. And sa price naman niya is naka-float na siya, naka-float. And meron tayong unit 1, unit 2, is unit 3. And then after mag-input, ang ginawa ko dito is pinag-multiply ko na yung number of quantity ng mismong product na yon sa unit niya. So, ayan. And after that, pinag-display ko na yung dito na try natin siya i-run. So, product, sabihin natin apples. Quantity, so, ayan, account na. So, dalawa. Indicate ko nakadalawa. 50. Let's use it. Sa product 2 naman is milk. One quantity, tapos yung unit price is 70. Product 3 naman is bread. So, yung quantity is 3, and then yung value niya is 3. Ayan. So, ito yung naging output niya. Pagkayang pares lang din naman sa mismong naka-display. So, proceed tayo sa next. Sa leap year naman, dito, mag-i-input yung user ng naka-int, and it will check if the year is divisible by 4, and its remainder will be 0, and if the year that it is being inputted is not divisible by 100, then it will be a leap year, since dapat ang leap year is only divisible by 4. And sa pag di naman siya leap year, dapat both divisible by 100 and 4. Yan. So, yun ang naman sa leap year. And also, maging leap year din siya pag divisible by 400 as well. Hindi ko lang siya naman. Next. Sa triangle naman, so, mag-input siya ng 3 beses dito. Yung first side, yung second, pati yung third side ng triangle. And in this block of code, it will check if both side 1, 2, and 3 are equal. And dito naman is, itong sa line of code na to, itong 3 to is, it will check if it is isosceles, if isa sa kanila ay naiba, tapos yung dalawa dun is parehas. And next is kalin naman kung lahat ng sides ay magkakaiba. Next, number of comparison. So here is mag-i-input siya ng 3 numbers here. So sa number of comparison, mag-i-input siya ng 3 beses here. And also, to display the largest number, I will use this condition if number 1 is the largest, since nakalagay naman dito na number 1 is greater than num2, and num1 is greater than num2. So gumamit ako ng and dito para if both are compared to that num1 is greater than 2 and 3. So ayan, magdi-display siya ng largest number, and then after that, proceed siya another condition. So sa inner condition naman is nakalagay dito is if num1 is divisible by 2, then it will be equal to 0. So pag tumama yung condition na yan, then it will be a even number. So pag di naman siya nag-equal to 0, yung mismong remainder niya, then it will be odd number. And the rest of this condition is the same lang naman, since ito naman, chine-check naman natin dito kung num2 is higher or greater than num1 and num3. And after that, it will check if it is divisible by 2, or it will check if it is even or odd. And same as well here. So next naman ay bali itong leap year checker hanggang etong sa na-explain ko na dito, which is yung leap year triangle identifier, tapos yung number comparison ay part 2 na. Ito ay parang part 2 na sa lab 1 to 3 na prelim activity. Tapos proceed naman tayo sa part 3, which is scholarship eligibility. So ayan. So ang ginawa ko lang naman dito is nag-declare lang ng 2 variables, which is family income tas average. And sa average ko yung naka-float na to, and sa family income naka-int, And it will check here if average grade is greater than or equal to 90, then and yung grade niya is less between less than or equal to 100, and yung family income niya is around uh, less than 200,000, then it will be full scholarship. Tapos sa next condition naman is it will check for if it is partial scholarship kung yung grade niya is around greater than or equal to 85 and less than 90 yung mismong grade niya. So around 85 to 89 lang. And sa family income dapat ay less than 500,000 and greater than or equal to 200,000 yung family income. Or else, if walang pumasa sa condition na to, then it will display not eligible. So next naman is yung electricity bill. And ito lang, isang i-input niya dito is yung na-consume niya dito. And after that, it will check its consumption if it is less than or equal to 100. Then after that, i-multiply natin siya by 5 per kilowatt per hour, and after that it will display the total bill. So halimbawa sabihin natin 50 to, so pag minultiply natin siya maging 250. And or else kung yung kung hindi siya pumasa sa condition to, if yung kilowatt per hour niya is not less than 100, then it will only add it will multiply to 8, and then after being multiplied to 8, then it will be added plus 50, since naka-indicate din dito that there will be a 50 pesos service charge, and after that it will display the total bill. Next is yung username and password validation. And ang ginagawa lang naman dito is kung mag-match yung mismong username and yung password nito sa in-input ng mismong user, or else it will display invalid credentials. Next is yan. So that's it for lab 1 to 3 na for prelim activity.